What's good, guys? We're back at it again with another video. As you see from the title, I do have some motivational minutes for you guys today. Today's motivational minutes is going to be focused on patience and faith. First, what is patience? Patience is the ability to accept or tolerate delay, suffering, or trouble without getting upset or angry. What is faith? Faith is belief in something that you cannot see. And I think that is something that's extremely applicable to people in today's society. And for a lot of you guys, when you're going through your basketball journeys, or whether you're, an entrepreneur, you have a business, and you're getting to that point when you feel like quitting, when you feel like all that blood, sweat, and tears, those hours that you've been putting in towards chasing your dream, towards achieving your dream, and you aren't seeing those results right away. You aren't seeing the success that you thought that you were going to have at a certain point, and it's deterring you from keeping going. It's deterring you from putting in that work continuously, even though putting in that work continuously is what is going to actually help you achieve your goal. And that's something that I've had to realize over my 23 years of life. I know I'm young, but one thing that I've realized just being here on earth for this long is life does not work on your time at all. And the sooner that you realize that you're going to have to be patient, that you're going to have faith in your goal, is the sooner that you're going to be able to achieve everything that you want to do in life. Let's focus on basketball first, right? So for me, I've told you guys this before, I've always been like that. I've always put myself on a certain time limit, like, if I don't achieve this goal by this certain amount of time, it's not for me, like I'm done. Specifically with basketball, after my sophomore year, we went to Vegas. I thought I played extremely well. I gave everything I had to out there on the court. I went home thinking that I had secured myself a scholarship, or at least a lot of interest from a lot of colleges. I get home, I got one phone call, no offer. So what did I do? I allowed that to get in my head. I literally told myself, I quit. I'm done playing basketball. I put in all these hours, all this work, and I got nothing out of it. So what did I do? I went into my parents' room. I told them that I'm going to quit. I appreciate them for doing this. They made me round up everything that I'd ever been given, go to my AAU director, sit in front of him, man to man, face to face, and tell him that I'm done playing basketball. And lucky for me, he had the conversation that I'm having with you guys now, and told me to just be patient, have a little bit more faith, and continuing to work just a little bit more, and it would come to me. You guys know the rest of the story. A year later, we get Zion Williamson on our team. He brought all the attention that I ever could have needed, and I finished that AAU season with 17 scholarship offers. I say that to say this. At that moment in my life, I realized that at that moment when you feel like quitting, at that moment when you feel like all the work that you've been putting in, everything that you've been striving for is for nothing, like you're getting nothing out of it, is when you need to push a little bit more. Is when you really need to dig down deep and find everything that you have and really put everything into your goal, into your dream. And I promise you, on the other side of when you feel like quitting is where you want to be at. Let's bring this to something that everyone can understand, right? Let's just say you go to the gym. On the first day that you go to the gym, and you might be working on your entire body, when you go home that night, when you look in the mirror, are you going to see immediate progress? No. Let's say you go the next day and you come home after. Are you going to see immediate progress? No. On that seventh day, when you come back home after 1 week of working out, are you going to see crazy progress? You're not. You might see a little bit, but you're not going to see a lot of progress. But guess what? After 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, what are you going to see? Extreme improvement. Why? Because you were stacking bricks, getting 1% better, putting in that work day after day after day. And that's the key to life. I've been studying a lot of, extremely successful people ever since I started the channel. I'm talking about entrepreneurs, billionaires, leaders of industry, people who might have just been exceptional at their sport. You might see them flying everywhere, really achieving their dreams. And, people see that and they get envious of it. And they're like, oh, how come they get to do that? What most successful people don't show, what they don't like to show, is those days when you have to do the same thing over and over and over again and be extremely patient, even when you don't see it. This is where faith comes in. Most successful people, they had those moments where they were at the bottom, where they really thought that it was over with. They thought that they were done. They thought that they wanted to quit, but they had a level of faith in themselves and what they were doing that allowed them to have patience and be able to really stick it out to get through that. What did I say at the beginning? The trouble, the adversity, anything that you're going through, and allowed them to get through that to get to their dreams, right? You guys might hate to hear this, but there aren't many things or people that ended up being extremely successful that didn't have a point where they wanted to quit, that didn't have a point where their confidence wavered, where their faith wavered. Even Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time, his dad had to break down his shot to nothing. He says that there were days that Steph was crying day after day after day because he couldn't throw a rock in an ocean. But his dad understood that we're not working for the results that are going to show tomorrow. We're working for the results that are going to show 20 years in the future when you become the greatest shooter of all time. And having an understanding that moments like that are normal. If Steph Curry can go through those moments, if billionaire business owners can go through those moments, then you can too. It's normal. You're going to reach a point where you don't see the results right away, which is when you need to have faith in yourself so that you can keep going. Having an understanding of that early can really help you in the long run. I don't tell too many people this, but just kind of moving away from basketball because, once I got to college, I was under the impression that, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the NBA or I'm going to at least have a professional career. But what did I say? Life doesn't go the way you want it to. Freshman year, I break into the rotation, then I break my hand. Sophomore year, I become a starter, but then all of a sudden, I got to get a rod in my actual tibia. Then I have knee injuries that ended up derailing the rest of my career. So what I don't really talk about too much is, after my senior season was over with in Grambling, I reached a level of depression that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I reached a point in my life where I was so lost and I really didn't understand what I was doing, what was next for me, because I've always had this feeling in me that, I was meant to do something, but my plans were, okay, I'm going to get to college and then I'll eventually, go to the NBA or have an extremely successful overseas career, something like that. But guess what? I went through that adversity. I had all these injuries and it didn't work out for me. So when I was sitting in that dorm room, I was lost to the point where I was contemplating even harming myself at times. But I sat there and I was watching YouTube videos that were talking about some of the things I'm talking to you guys about right now. And at that point in time, I started to develop a level of faith that it was going to work out for me. That I didn't know what I wanted to do, what my purpose was, but I had a level of faith that, okay, I went through all this adversity throughout my entire life that led me to this point here. I'm not here for no reason. So I was like, I don't know what it is, but it's something. And guess what? Within those next couple of days, I started my YouTube channel. And I wholeheartedly believe that, helping you guys out, whether it be with basketball, with life, with motivational minutes, I feel like this was my purpose. This was what I was looking for. When I was ready to quit, not only, basketball when I was in high school, but when my career was over, when I was almost at the point of being ready to quit life, I had to have a level of faith and a level of patience to be able to endure that, to create this, what I'm talking to you guys on right now. When it comes to basketball, you might not have the offers, you might not have the eyes you want on you right now. And I know it's boring getting in that gym day after day after day when it's just you, the rim, and the basketball, and you don't have any offers and you feel like no one knows you, you see no results. You need to have faith in yourself, and that's going to allow you to have that patience to push through to reach your goal. Even after basketball, like I just said, have faith and understanding that you aren't on this earth for no reason. There are people that you're supposed to reach, that you're supposed to help. There is something about you that can help and affect other people out there. It's just going to be up to you to find what that is, find what avenue that is, and continuing to stack bricks 1% better day after day after day, and being patient even when you're going through the tough times in life. And understand that when you're ready to quit, at that moment, when you're ready to quit, whether that be in sports, whether that be in business, whether that be in life, on the other side of that is everything, I'm telling you, is everything that you ever wanted. If you get nothing else from this video, please just understand that. Please just maintain a level of faith in whatever you're doing and understand that nothing happens right away. Or let me revise that. Nothing great and nothing with longevity lasts right away. I would challenge you guys to do this. Please put in the comments if you could find a person, an individual, a company that had instantaneous success that has also had a level of longevity that affects generations. It doesn't really happen like that. If you want to build something in yourself or a company or anything that really lasts, it's going to take hours and hours and hours. And that's what they don't tell you. It's going to be boring. There are going to be days when you want to quit. But if you can have that faith and maintain that and stay patient, even when you don't see the results that you want right away, stay patient, stay down, and keep chasing your dreams, and you will reach them. I'm telling you. Like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys next time with the next video.